Gracie Merkel. Ball's in the air, and we're underway from Happy Valley, and it will be Victoria Santana taking it up for Penn State. They'll have the first possession. Off to Mariah Murray. Merkel, all kinds of pressure. She tries to work inside. Out to Grace Hall. Looking for options. Out to Gabby Elliott. He'll shake a wing shot and drains it. Gabby Elliott gets Penn State on the board first.
Penn State ran their scissors action, very common, but the patience that they had there, Jack, to get a great shot with Gracie Merkel in offensive rebounding position.
Gabby Elliott had 16 points in that loss to Illinois back earlier this week. The last game they played, here's a shot from Sarah Williams, a little bit too far. Rebound by Santana. Santana hustling it up to Elliott. One-on-one with Leitzinger. Back out to Santana.
Jack, another thing to watch today, there's plenty to watch, and we've talked about it, but it's the pace. Penn State wants to play a little bit faster, where Wisconsin will certainly run in transition when given the opportunity, but they'd like to be a little bit slower.
They want to be aggressive, and how about the second bucket for Gabby Elliott?
She's smiling, she's giving high fives up the floor for Penn State. Getting off to a good start is always paramount.
Ronnie Porter gets it off to Leitzinger, back to Porter. Minute and a half transpired. Porter takes a shot, and it took a few bounces, but gets in nonetheless. Wisconsin on the board with number 13, Ronnie Porter, the junior guard out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Hall out to Merkel. With Victoria Santana. Starting lineup still out there for Penn State. Keeger's not made a substitution yet. Elliott in the lane. And she traveled trying to pivot away from Sarah Williams, that big 6'4" presence down low for the Badgers.
Oftentimes, height dictates maybe a block shot, but also just imposing presence right there. Gabby Elliott did not have a plan B because of the size that Sarah Williams presented.
That's 6'4" against Gabby Elliott's 5'10". Porter pitches off to Williams. She's got an open lane and drains it. Knotted at 4 here from the BJC. Santana with it. Calls the plays. Hall and Merkel got tied up trying to run the offense. Hall tries to get some separation from McCray. Santana thought about the shot. Back out to Hall. Penn State trying to break in, 10 to shoot. Mariah Murray into the lane. She'll pitch it out to Santana. Open wing three. She's got it. Victoria Santana. The first 3 of the game for either side.
That's a good sign for Penn State to get Santana going. Another perimeter score. That makes it easier and opens things up for Gracie Merkel in the paint.
Former Eastern Arizona product as Carter McCray gets the easy layup. Penn State still up 1 here. Santana works that far side. Looking back at Keeger to call the plays, and Tamara Johnson's on the sideline looking to sub in at the next stoppage. Open lane for Gabby Elliott, just a bit too short. And a foul on Gracie Merkel as Leitzinger hit the deck. But again, Sarah Williams imposing her will down low.
Absolutely. The last possession, it turned into a travel. That one, Sarah Williams did get the block shot, but we're taking a look at the earlier possession of Mariah Murray, giving it up to Santana for that 3. One thing that Carolyn Keeger talked to us about was the work that Mariah Murray has put in being more of a distributor, more of a playmaker, not just a catch and shoot 3 type of a player, and that was a great example of her setting up Victoria and Santana.
And Tamara Johnson is in the game. She subbed out for Grace Hall, or subbed in for Grace Hall. Williams back to Porter, back to Williams for a shot, and a long 2 goes through. Wisconsin retakes the lead.
Penn State is going to have to decide how they are going to play Sarah Williams there. Gracie Merkel typically does not come out of the paint defensively or offensively for that matter, but Sarah Williams can shoot and does shoot that 15, 16-foot jumper very well.
Santana feeds it to Merkel down low, and that's what happens when you got Merkel a little bit taller than Williams, 6'6" for 6'4". She's able to impose her will that time. Penn State back out in front 9-8, but a quick shot goes through by Williams. So going back and forth here, tit for tat really on both sides.
Post player, post player. We're going to see a lot of post play today, a lot of points in the paint.
A lot of P's. Mariah Murray with it. Looks for the lane. Tried to find her option, and Johnson got trapped. Great defense there from Tess Myers and stolen by Ronnie Porter. Porter inside to McCray, a tie-up between Her and Johnson scrum for it. Jump ball will remain in the possession of the Badgers, and now more substitutions for Penn State. Grace Hall coming back in, and then the first minutes for Jayla Oden.
Taking a look at the nice interior pass. Look where Gracie Merkel's feet are. 2 feet in the paint. Sarah Williams, the height doesn't affect Gracie Merkel.
The former Bellarmine product, the 2023 ASUN Freshman of the Year, then sat out and then transferred to Penn State to a redshirt sophomore status, the 6'6" center out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. Ronnie Porter with it to Leitzinger, swings it out to Lily Cron, who's also in the game for Wisconsin, and a foul is called.
Grace Hall took an interesting defensive approach there. I don't know if she thought maybe the shot was going up. She was already in box out position.
Yeah, second on the team in blocks. Grace Hall not afraid to be aggressive. We saw that even in her limited minutes last year. Now, of course, a lot more playing time. One of the 4 players that stayed from last season to this season. That shot from Sarah Williams a bit short, but it remains Badger ball. Went off the hand of Oden. Wisconsin 5 for the last 7 field goal attempts, with almost about halfway done with the first quarter of play. Sarah Williams with 6 leads Wisconsin. Gabby Elliott with 4 points leads Penn State. And Merkel comes back in the game as well. Hall and Murray go to the bench. Inbound from Diana Jimenez. Gets the pass right back. Working baseline. Out for 3. Good. Hallie Douglas drains it. Comes Jayla Oden. She'll captain the offense for this possession. Off to Elliott, tries to work down low to Merkel, and that time she reaches over Carter McCray. 6'6" for 6'1" that time. Easy pickings for number 44.
Wisconsin had no help side defense as there was a low post and a high post. That's an adjustment that many teams have not been able to make, and Gracie Merkel has had a field day in the paint.
Shot was good for Wisconsin, so under 5 to go. Tamara Johnson gets the layup. Again, Penn State tried to impose their will down low, and for the most part it is working, but they are down 2. And that shot rolls in and out. And Santana tries to hustle it up. Elliott working, jumper, and she's fouled as she fell to the ground. It'll be against Leitzinger.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Field goal attempts. Williams trapped in the corner, just takes the shot herself. That one doesn't go, but her easy rebound that Williams mishandled. Douglas had an easy lane for Williams. I think just a bit of miscommunication, a little bit too quick that time.
Taking a look at that last high post jump shot by Sarah Williams, but I think you're right there. Douglas got that offensive rebound. She saw Sarah Williams slashing to the rim, and maybe Williams saw an offensive rebounding opportunity because Douglas was going to shoot the ball.
I think the eyes got wide a bit too quickly that time, so Penn State will take over again, looking to get their first lead in 4 minutes of elapsed time, and a travel is called on Gabby Elliott. She was working against Leitzinger. One step too much, and it'll go the other way. So Johnson comes back in the game, as well as Talia Walker will see her first minutes, the freshman out of Maryland, the 5'10" guard. So again, we'll switch around for Penn State. It's Williams, McCray, Leitzinger, Porter, and Myers on the court for the Badgers with a little under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play, tied up at 17.
Tamara Johnson is here on the top of the press. She's known as their defensive captain. Any offense that she gives the squad is a bonus. She's in there for defensive purposes.
McCray down low. Walker flipped it out, but it'll remain Wisconsin ball. Tamara Johnson, the former Louisiana Lafayette player, was second on ULL in scoring last season, season high 17 in that comeback win against Duquesne in non-con play to start the season. McCray down low to Williams, and she gets the N1. Walker smacked her arm. Easy foul call there, and Williams goes to the line as well. Sarah Williams out of Brooklyn, New York, the 2024 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, also made the first team and has been a tremendous asset to this Badger squad in her junior season. She makes the N1, so a 3-point lead here for Wisconsin. Jayla Oden with it. Hair over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Walker thought about the three. Down low, tries to feed it with Cam Russ now in the game, and it rolls out of play, and they will say Wisconsin ball. So Cam Russ, the freshman, gets her first minutes. And it's a turnover, or a change of possession for Penn State, going the other way, trying to extend the Badger lead here to end the quarter. Ronnie Porter with it. Takes the long two, got it. And Ronnie Porter gets her second bucket of the afternoon. Up to a 5-point game. Wisconsin been very efficient so far, 71% from the field. So a foul is called on Penn State.
Number 7, Grace Hall in the game for Penn State, replacing Gracie Merkel. All for Merkel.
I love the post move. Don't love the travel before the post move.
They're getting the opportunities, just not all the time they're capitalizing on said opportunity. McCray works inside, gets it to Williams. We've seen that move a lot. That shot just a bit short. Here comes Walker. Out to Oden. Oden stops to run the play. Walker moved to her left. Oden picks up the dribble. Elliott pitch off to Oden. Johnson the quarter, 10 to shoot. Out to Oden, now 5 to shoot. They got to get a shot off here. Oden into the lane, tries to get one off, just rolls a bit too far. Now here comes Wisconsin with hustle. 3 from Tess Myers. Doinked off the rim, gets her own rebound. Out to Porter, she thought about the 3. Flings it down low to Williams. She'll work on Grace Hall. Easy layup for Sarah Williams. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Wisconsin starting to extend their lead. Hall makes Williams miss. Down low, foul's called. That time against McCray. Get some of the fouls, not too much so far in this game. Only the second for Wisconsin, 4 for Penn State. Each player that has a foul only has 1. Wisconsin currently riding a 7-0 run in the last minute 48. Penn State no points in over 2.5 minutes of play. Grace Hall makes her first free throw. That breaks the scoring drought for Penn State. Cuts the lead to 6. Grace Hall 67% from the line. She'll go 2 for 2 there.
And that made foul shot allows Penn State to get in their press. They like to get turnovers, turn defense into offense.
And Williams mishandles it. So there you go, right back the Lady Lions' way. Just an air it pass that Williams couldn't corral.
Which is kind of shocking at her size,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You would think.
Down low, Williams, such a huge asset. Of course, a big proponent of a lot of Wisconsin's wins even last year. Of course, they fell to Penn State in the first round of the Big Ten tournament in 2024. But in the regular season on the road in Madison, Penn State squandered a 17-point lead in the second half, allowed Wisconsin to come back and get that win. Of course, they got their revenge in Minneapolis later on the season. Shot clock goes away here to end the first quarter. Santana works around the perimeter, down low to Merkel. She'll post up, gets the rebound, gets the bucket with 10 to go.
Excellent execution there for Penn State. That Mariah Murray screen for Gracie Merkel.
Douglas takes one shot completely off the mark. Murray won't even think about a long heave, but that will wrap it up.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
The shot, and again misses. 0 for 2 for number 23 in red. Murray gets the pass from Elliott. 2.5 left. Murray being patient. Handoff to Elliott. Almost a mishandled handoff. Santana gonna run the offense with Myers all over her. Tries to work in, pitch out to Murray. She'll take her first 3. Bit too far. Rebound from Merkel. Gets fouled, gets the and 1.
Sarah Williams again, straight up attempting to affect that shot, but you really saw Gracie Merkel, who's smiling now, go out of her area, meaning she went with one hand to snatch that basketball, has the strength and the concentration there to score through traffic.
Yeah, Williams is going straight up, and she just chuckles it off. Like, whatever, I'll just flick it in. So she will get an additional shot. Wisconsin, no points in over 2 minutes, so Penn State really trying to shift the momentum here as we're tied at 35. Could make it a 1-point Lady Lion lead with a foul shot here. Gracie Merkel, 61% from the line this season. And that one is no good. A fight for it. That resulted in a few bodies hitting the floor, but it will go Wisconsin's way.
Tamara Johnson called there. Although her hands were straight up, she did go in with her body. A little too physical.
Yeah, and McCray also hit the ground, so you're going to warrant a bit more of a reaction from the officials. So Wisconsin will try to get back out in front definitively. A lot of pressure from Penn State. A tie up that time, and it will go Penn State's way. Again, being led by Victoria Santana. A timeout called here on the floor. Let's see what Marissa Mosley had drawn up for her squad. Now a 2:37 scoring drought for the Badgers. Porter, stutter steps, 7 to shoot, got the layup.
A little bit off of a ball screen there. And Ronnie Porter, who is not large in stature, absolutely not, but she sure knows how to use her little body and use the glass.
Ronnie Porter, 5'4". She had 15 points in that Big Ten tournament game against Penn State last year. That led the team.
What I always think is kind of interesting or funny, Jack, is that these small players, like, we're all like, oh my, she's tiny. She can do she's been tiny her whole life.
Yeah.
She knows exactly how to operate underneath defenders, how to use her stature to her advantage. But I'm on the other end of the spectrum, so I am always amazed when little guards can do what little guards can do.
And speaking of Porter, she is with the ball here, 1:10 to go in the half. Wisconsin, a 2-point advantage. McCray down low. Johnson tried to pull it away. Porter with the shot, won't go. Ball's bouncing around, secured by Elliott. And she'll fend off any Badger attackers. Feeds out to Murray. The foul is called as she moved up to the top and Porter was in her way.
Great recognition by Ronnie Porter as Mariah Murray leads the Big Ten in made threes per game, and she is there on the catch.
67 made threes on the season. That, as Marin said, leads the conference, 18th in the entire nation at a 38.9% clip from the arc. All the way out to Santana with 50 seconds to go here in the half. Penn State looking to tie it or take the lead on this possession. Elliott down low to Merkel, and Penn State will tie it at 37 with 40 seconds to go in the second quarter.
A nice execution of the half-court set there, clearing out the weak side so that Gracie Merkel can go to work.
And McCray tried to work on Johnson. She's in pain on the ground. It will be Penn State ball, but she got rocked as McCray came crashing in.
I will say the unpopular thing here. yes, it hurts as a male to get hit. It hurts as a female to get hit as well.
I think everybody in attendance as well feels what Tamara Johnson, what that is like. It's Santana taking it. About 2 seconds separate shot clock and game clock. So they can really run this all the way down if they want to. Elliott, Santana to Odin. Swinging it around. Elliott and Santana try to get open. They feed it to the outlet and Murray. Mariah Murray, she's 0 for 3 so far in this one. 5 to shoot. Looking for a lane. Odin thought about the 3. Drives in. Has to get a shot off. Try to go backhand. Won't do it. And time will expire here in the first half. We're knotted up at 37 here from the Bryce Jordan Center.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
10 to shoot here for Penn State. Elliott with it. Tries to spin off Leitzinger, and it goes out of play, and it went off Elliott last. So another turnover that Wisconsin will take over.
Now that is turnover number 13 for Penn State. Carolyn Keeger talks about valuing each possession.
Lily Cron with a 3. Oh, in and out. Merkel had to swat it away from Williams. It will remain Wisconsin ball, though. Penn State has not scored in the last 2 minutes. Penn State 13 turnovers, as Myron said, but only 8 for Wisconsin. Lee Porter taking it under the basket. Finds Williams, guarded by Elliott on the wing. Wisconsin 0 for their last 4 field goal attempts. Porter, McCray, they swing it, 7 to shoot. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Leitzinger feeds it down to McCray. Got to get a shot off, does, and it doinks off the glass, and will go Penn State's way on the shot clock violation.
That was a nice defensive possession for Penn State. Gabby Elliott straight up. Carter McCray did not expect that physicality coming from the 5'10" Gabby Elliott.
So Santana with it, she slows it down. Off to Odin at the logo. Finds Johnson, feed down to Merkel, she'll spin over it, and Williams swats it away. It's been interesting to watch Williams and Merkel kind of learn from each other each possession. They try to learn each other's moves, and that time, number 25 for Wisconsin, Sarah Williams, gets the response.
Great post-up position, nice and deep for Gracie Merkel. She does a great job of alternating between going left and going right, but Sarah Williams was right there.
How about a 3 for Victoria Santana? Cuts the lead to 1. Her second 3 of the afternoon, also makes it her season best in terms of points. Porter with it. Takes a 3. Tries to respond. Penn State goes the other way with Walker. She'll try to hustle it all the way herself. Almost lost it. Feeds it back out to Jayla Odin. Odin down low to Johnson. Swarmed by 3 Badgers, but she's got it. And Penn State takes the lead with 2:30 to go in the third.
There was nothing special about that from Tamara Johnson, but that's what a veteran, what a senior does. Just makes the easy play.
Pace of play starting to pick up. That 3 from Cron is no good. Rebound by Gracie Merkel. 5th in the Big Ten in rebounds this season. Santana thought about the shot, runs into her own teammate in Johnson, and that allows Wisconsin to go the other direction with it. They lose it for a second, but it went off of the leg of Jayla Odin, so it will stay Badger ball.
Since we just got over Super Bowl weekend, that looked like Patrick Mahomes running into his own offensive lineman.
Yeah. No points in the last 3:30 for Wisconsin. Sarah Williams misses. Porter gets the rebound as it clunked off the hands of Merkel and Odin. 15 to shoot, Wisconsin resets. Under 2 to go in the third. Marissa Mosley calling the offense from the bench. Williams pressured by 2 Lady Lions. Tries to work on the post. Myers going to take the 3, and it rolls in and out. This time Merkel cleanly fields it. Tess Myers still with no points to her name. And stoppage on the court.
Tamara Johnson ran right to the front of the rim, used the swim move to create position. Tess Meyer, far too physical, and is called for the foul.
And she's has 57 threes on the season. That's third in the conference. The former Duquesne product, Tess Myers, out of Pittsburgh. Tamara Johnson straightaway three, bit short, and Porter was able to fend off Odin to get the rebound. Comes the Badgers. Johnson hits the deck, no foul called. Easy layup for Carter McCray, and Wisconsin's back out in front. They break a 4-minute scoring drought and their first field goal attempt in their last 10.
Much needed basket there for Wisconsin. Tamara Johnson trying to draw the offensive foul, was considered a flop.
And Walker lost it, got a bit lazy with the ball. Porter in transition to Myers, easy layup for Tess Myers, and she'll get her first points of the afternoon, back out to a 3-point game with under a minute left in the third.
Tess Meyer is such a prolific three-point shooter. That's only her 6th made two-pointer of the season.
Her 11 threes against Longwood last season was the most by a D1 player in a single game. Johnson with it. Off to Odin, 7 to shoot. Take it from the foul line, rolls in and out. Merkel tries to go for the rebound. Fight between her and Williams. Gets it off to Tamara Johnson down low. They'll cut to lead the 1. Back and forth we go here from the BJC. 15 left. Shot clock goes away for Wisconsin. They can run it all the way down. Porter stays with it at the logo. Looking for the right moment. 5 seconds left. Guarded by Santana. Out to Leitzinger. Need to get a shot off. Leitzinger floats it. Bit short. And that will be us done with 3 here from the Bryce Jordan Center. Wisconsin have a 51-50 lead over Penn State. Down the stretch here in mid-February. Ronnie Porter with the ball. We start the fourth quarter with Wisconsin up 51-50. Sarah Williams misses that shot, but Odin mishandles it. Porter, kick out to Douglas. Got swarmed by Tamara Johnson coming from the logo. Swings it to Tess Myers. Williams working against Merkel. Out to Douglas, 7 to shoot. Porter takes the 3. She's got it. Ronnie Porter with a massive shot.
Great one more pass, catching Penn State in defensive rotation after they went for the double team. Sarah Williams garners that double team, and Ronnie Porter made him pay.
They've been keeping her quiet, though. Only 2 points in that third quarter was Sarah Williams up to 17. Leads the Wisconsin side. Merkel has 20 to her name. She had a season high of 31 against Drexel. 5 to shoot for Penn State. Walker tries to work on Douglas, and she gets the foul. Hallie Douglas wants a jump ball. She'll get the foul.
Delia Walker's going to find herself at the free throw line, and this is a young freshman who continues to get better. Oftentimes, physicality is an issue when freshmen find themselves on the floor, just the difference between high school ball and college ball. And this is a young lady who has been every bit as physical as the rest of the squads.
This is her first. Penn State 13th in the conference in free throw percentage as an entire unit. 70.3 is the number. Walker for a second. And she makes it. So back to a one-possession game with 9 minutes to go in regulation. Gabby Elliott comes in for Merkel. And for Walker also comes out as well. So it's Murray, Hall, Elliott, Santana, and Johnson out on the court for Penn State. It's McCray, Porter, Myers, Williams, and Douglas for the Badgers. McCray gets trapped. Almost mishandled it. They call a tip, almost a backcourt. Douglas takes the 3, drains it. Hallie Douglas from the wing. And 2 back-to-back big shots for Wisconsin.
Big-time 3, 2 big-time 3s for Wisconsin to pad their lead.
Wisconsin shooting only 27% from the arc. Penn State shooting 36 in that category, 36%. Murray spins off of Myers, looking for a lane, flings it out to Santana. She'll take a 3 of her own, and she gets it in. Trading 3s back and forth. 3-point game here inside the BJC. Williams down low and gets fouled.
I continue to be impressed today with Victoria Santana, who are taking a look there. Spot minutes up until about 10 days ago. Look at that three by Ronnie Porter a couple of possessions ago.
So will be Williams at the line. She'll shoot 2, 80% from the line this season. Crowd gets loud and she misses it. So still only 2 points on the half for the player that is second in the Big Ten in points. Only behind Juju Watkins of USC.
I mean, if I had to be second behind somebody, I'd be okay
Yeah,
with being
I would
behind
take that.
Juju.
I'd take that. Merkel trapped in the paint, and it's stolen by Porter. She's been so aggressive for her size in the paint. Porter talks about the three, takes the three, bit short, rebound by Merkel, and she gets fouled. She was trying to pitch it off to Santana, and it'll go against Sarah Williams, who has 3 fouls to her name. Leads either side in that category. So 7:50 to go. 4-point game with Wisconsin up. But we've seen Penn State rebound from these small deficits so far. Last time they were leading was 2:30 to go in the third. Hall runs the offense. Off to Gabby Elliott. Hall tries to set the screen, 10 to shoot. Elliott takes the shot, and just off the side iron, and rebound by Williams. Douglas slows it down, off to Porter. Myers thought about the three, takes it with a step. That one off the back rim. Merkel controls it. Mariah Murray, no points to her name so far. Feeds it to Elliott, down low, swings it for Merkel, and easy layup for number 44, Gracie Merkel. 2-point game inside the BJC.
Penn State does count that as points in primary, meaning defense is not set up, still transitioning to the front of the rim. Might look a little unorthodox.
30 points in the paint for Penn State this game to Wisconsin's 24, and a turnover for Wisconsin. Penn State has a chance to tie or take the lead here. Gotta think about who you're gonna go to. Giger calls the plays from the sideline. Elliott gets it off to Hall. Santana on the near side, tried to get to Merkel, and McCray had a step on it. It'll remain Penn State ball, but just maybe a second too late on that feed inside.
Santana has to see not only Gracie Merkel, but where the help defenders are. With 22 points, she's garnering 4, 6 eyes, hands. But take a look at this primary break here. Santana has no idea she's actually setting a little bit of a screen.
Merkel at the top. Off to Santana. 8 to shoot. Murray straight away 3. Off the mark. Mariah Murray now 0 for 5 on the afternoon. 6 minutes to go here. Wisconsin up 2. Porter into the lane. Out to Williams from the foul line. Just a bit short. Falls right into the lap of Merkel. Tries to get Hall on the breakaway. Pisses behind her to Elliott. Nobody home. And Ronnie Porter snatches it up. Potential 3-on-2. Douglas thought about the three. Works inside. Pressured by Merkel. Off to McCray. Down low, and Merkel draws the foul.
The second foul, the third foul there on Gracie Merkel. And just the second in the quarter.
That one,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're working behind. You don't want to have a wide open lane, so Merkel just swings back, and nothing really you can do. So Merkel's third of the afternoon. Carter McCray at the line. 1 for 1 on the afternoon from the line. And she misses it. So still a 2-point ball game. She'll get one more. Merkel and Johnson switch. Wisconsin's not hit the nylon in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. McCray changes that, makes it a 3-point game. Santana off to Murray. With under 6 to go. Merkel spins, finds Walker. Looking for Murray, or finds Murray. Merkel sets the screen. Myers all over her. So much pressure from Mariah Murray. It goes off the hand of Douglas. Douglas wants it to go the other way. She won't get it.
A side inbound opportunity for Penn State. They often look into Gracie Merkel in these situations. But again, with 22 points already, she's garnering a double team and she doesn't even have the ball.
8 to shoot. Walker gets it on the throw-in from Johnson. Walker tries to get the shot off. It touched the rim. Merkels rolls in. Back to a 1-point lead.
Wow. Wow.
You blew on that ball a bit. I think that's what they're trying to do to make it roll in. 5:15 to go. McCray out to Leitzinger. Good on Santana. Stops, pivots, finds Sarah Williams. 15 to shoot. Makes Merkel miss. Now is lane inside to McCray, and a foul called on Talea Walker. Again, Merkel was out of position that time, so they had to back up. And Walker had to foul, doesn't have the same height as Merkel does.
And what Merkel did was get off of her feet. That allowed Sarah Williams to attack. But take a look at this offensive rebound again versus contact. She's got such a great touch that roll rolled in as opposed to out.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
She'll pump with 1 minute to go, takes the shot, gets fouls. Shot no good, but regardless, Elliott will go to the line to shoot 2. And that is a start.
That is a start, and if you're Wisconsin, you don't want to foul a jump shooter. But Gabby Elliott does a nice job of drawing that foul. You see she's really determined to get herself to the paint. And just a little bit of touch there on the arm.
So will be Elliott. She's 2 for 2 from the line so far today. 76% on the season. And the first one's no good. So remains 68-62, 6-point advantage for Wisconsin.
I would expect Wisconsin to call a timeout here.
She'll make her second, and indeed a timeout called by Marissa Mosley. Doing a lot of things right. Douglas inbounds to McCray, baseline. And Douglas has a lot of pressure. They'll call the foul, though. It'll be against Gabby Elliott, and that's her 4th.
Going back to those stats as we take a look here at that replay. Yeah, Gabby Elliott went for the bear hug. I understand she's going for the basketball. You can't go through the body to get to the basketball. But Jack, when you look at the statistics here for Wisconsin, they have 5 players in double figures, and they're not just hanging out at the 10, 11 mark. 14, 15, 16, 21. Talk about balanced scoring.
Douglas makes her first. Back out to a 6-point lead. The time slipping away. Marissa Mosley moves Porter, Leitzinger, and Williams all the way back behind Douglas. She makes the second. And a timeout by Carolyn Keeger. Inbound from Tamara Johnson on our side. Those are all the way out to Merkel. Merkel going to try to muscle her way in, gets the layup. Back to a 5-point game.
Great post move, bait middle, hook baseline off the glass.
Now Santana hustling with Porter, but Porter with the ball. Spins out of it, out to Douglas. 20 seconds between shot clock and game clock. McCray trying to work against Merkel. Out to Leitzinger, holds. Back to Douglas, the logo, and a foul called by Gabby Elliott. Or a foul on Gabby Elliott, and that's her 5th.
And Jack, there's 13 seconds left in that shot clock. If Penn State wanted to foul, they needed to foul 17 seconds ago. And I do think that they were trying.
Yeah, Santana really ran with Porter, was kind of going stride for stride with her, but didn't warrant any contact. So it will be Douglas at the line. Walker comes in for Elliott. So it's Murray, Santana, Walker, Johnson, Merkel. And then it's McCray, Douglas at the line with Williams, Leitzinger, and Porter in the back court with 34 seconds remaining. Douglas 2 for 2, make it 2 for 3.
Penn State does have one more timeout left, and I do expect them to take it here, whether the ball goes through the hoop or it's a defensive rebound.
5-point game, 6-point game, and a timeout by Penn State. Conference. Wisconsin sitting at 14th in the conference. Penn State with the ball, 3 for Mariah Murray, off the back iron, rebound by Walker, takes a shot, gets the and one. So a potential to make it a one-possession game, and that was big. Talia Walker.
Talia Walker here got the offensive rebound off the Mariah Murray, missed 3, and now she has an opportunity to make it the old-fashioned way.
So it's Walker at the line, 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Wisconsin does have a timeout, 2 timeouts left, and it looks like head coach Marissa Mosley has indicated to the refs that she does want to call that once Wisconsin gains possession here. But this is a big free throw for Penn State.
And it's good. 3-point game, Wisconsin calls a timeout. 29 seconds left. Off to Leitzinger. Goes baseline. All the way around. They can run it down. Shaylin Steele tried to save the ball, but it will remain Wisconsin possession.
That was a lot of flurry of activity right here in front of our fans at the table with us.
So it'll be Douglas now from the opposite side, our near side. They killed off 5 seconds. Inbound to Porter at the logo. And a foul called on Grace Hall. So that is her second. And Ronnie Porter will go to the line. She's 1 for 1 in free throws so far this afternoon. 22 and a half to go. No more shot clock.
Penn State does not have any timeouts left, so they will have to inbound and come full.
And Porter's shot is good. Back to a 4-point game. Porter can make it 5 here with another made free throw. Penn State out of timeouts, Wisconsin 1 remaining. And it's also good.
Strong foul shots there by Ronnie Porter.
Porter 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Pitch to Walker, 15 left. Walker, baseline, looking to spin around. Johnson got it taken away by Douglas. She'll throw it across to Williams. Murray will foul her. Shot is waved off with 7 seconds left.
Really solid defensive possession there for Wisconsin and forcing Talia Walker to keep the dribble. There was nobody to pass to. Crowded in the paint, unable to get a real quality shot up.
There's Sarah Williams, makes the first. Up to 22 points tonight for her. Leading the Badgers, Merkel with 28, but nobody else except Gabby Elliott's in double digits, and she fouled out. Williams makes both of them, 75-68. This will most likely be the last possession of the game. Santana off to Walker, 2 seconds left. Santana takes a 3, off the mark, and that will do it from the Bryce Jordan Center. Wisconsin holds on to win 75-68.